everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. This week's vlog is a very exciting one because on Saturday I was up in the Lake District doing the Lakes Traverse 100k, and this is the vlog of that race. I didn't film an intro beforehand because we got up stupidly early, but here is the intro. Don't forget to like and subscribe before giving this a watch. It massively helps my videos reach more people, and hopefully you will love this video. So without further ado, enjoy! Look at that view behind. Already walking, obs. Big hills start. I looked at the elevation profile and I was like, oh, it's fine, it's flat for the first like 40k, it's fine. Turns out it's not flat. But it is beautiful. So there's that. Lucked out with the weather this morning. Look at this view! Oh my goodness! It's so pretty! It's so gorgeous! Hey everyone! First time properly being able to talk. Done a lot of bog running and hill running along the coast up to this point. We're now 11k in. I'm properly going inland now along a gorgeous disused railway, very reminiscent of the Bristol's Bath Cycle Path, which I did a lot of running on in my training. Some gorgeous birdsong as well. Had a wren and a chiff-chaff further back. This is why I don't run with headphones in as well, because other than the road, it's nice to hear nature. But yeah, this time has gone really quickly. And I found myself a friend as well,
Hi.
Who knows the route really well, and he's already saved us all from going wrong.
Morning.
So yeah, I will update you further in. Alrighty, we're 17k in, going up our first proper hill. Come from down there, look. And oh, I thought this was the first, you know, big peak. Turns out this is a pre-peak peak. This is just a little hill on the map, not a proper hill at all. But boy, it is steep. Whew. This is where my lack of hill training will start to show. But still, look at that blue sky. Honestly, couldn't have hoped for a better day. This is gorgeous. Downhill running! Woo! Do you guys remember that fell race I did up Flora? This is like the descent in that, except it is 19 kilometers in to an 100k race. After that one, my quads were destroyed, so we'll see how they fare in this. It's a little bit easier underfoot, but I think it gets pretty boggy towards the bottom, but it's amazing how much it's dried out just from like a day of no rain. Oh my god, my legs. Oh, thank God for gym work, hey. Catching up with people. Too soon to get excited about that, I think. Look at that. Right, so we are 22k in. Got to do that just under 5 times more. Help. Wait, is that good maths? That's good maths, isn't it? Yeah, that's good maths. Also just found out that we totally did not need to go over the big first fell that we went over, or down that really steep bit that broke my quads. That was last year's route, which is weird because I definitely downloaded the GPX file from the latest email that came in, but yeah, turns out we could have gone around it, which would have been nice. But hey ho, like I keep saying, just here to have fun, and that sure was fun. I just wish it hadn't hurt my quads quite as much as it did, because going slowly is not really an option down there, but hey ho, whatever, it is what it is, done now. Onwards. A bit of a scramble. Wow. Love that. Definitely not a straightforward route, this. Flat running for ages and then little mini scramble on the side of a lake. Whew, it's so well trodden, it's actually quite smooth underfoot, which definitely makes it a lot harder, but boy is it beautiful. If you like gorgeous running, you have to come here. This is immense. So this is Energel water. We're 28k in. This is the sort of running where you're like, is it even easier to run than to walk? Like, maybe I'd just go quicker if I was walking, because it is so rocky underfoot. But I love that kind of running, because no one can get a sort of, what's the word? A sort of like system, rhythm going. There is no rhythm to be had, which is good for me because I can't get a rhythm going even when I'm on roads. So this is very fun. I was just thinking back to, I was thinking of how I felt. I want to do like body check-ins every, 5k or 10k or so. I was just thinking, like, I think I feel considerably worse than I've ever felt in a race this early on. And then I was thinking, but do I actually feel considerably worse? Because when you look back at races you've done, you forget all the hard stuff. Like, a race is a lot easier in hindsight than it is at the time. And like, yes, I know I've had, endless health issues recently. I've had a solid 7-week taper for this race. What more could you want? But at the same time, like, this bit is well within my capabilities. Granted, I've never done 100k before. I have raced on this sort of terrain before, but not for this distance. But you know what? I don't think I feel so much worse than I felt in other races early on. I remember doing my first ever ultra, the Ultra X England in the Peak District, and thinking for the first 20k that I was gonna like die. I was so tired. I didn't actually get into the swing of things until 22, 23, 25k in, which is crazy because I've not recently up to that point run any further than that. But my body finally got into a rhythm about 25k in, and I remember feeling so bad for the first 5k that I was worried I wasn't even going to make it to the first aid station. So yeah, I'm trying not to convince myself that I'm too ill or too run down or too undertrained to do this. Like, if that happens, it happens, and it's not the end of the world. It'll be a shame, but it's not the end of the world. But I don't want my mind to give up before my body does. So just gonna give it my best shot. Hey buddy. Hey, oh, I like your face bar. So cute and curly. Hello. Quick little water refill at youth hostel. 37.8k in. Every time I do an ultra and I'm like, I look at my watch, I'm like, wow, I've run how far? Yeah, I've been taking it a little bit easier on the forest tracks because, yeah, it's nice to just relax a little bit. But we got our first big climb coming up in a min, and it is steep. So yeah, a little bit ahead of schedule. So, but I mean, you never know what the schedule's like with big hills. Like maybe we're ahead of schedule, maybe the hill will take me 2 hours, I don't know. It could, quite possibly. But yeah, I got 10k, just under 10k until the first checkpoint. I've seen some people going up the hill and it looks very steep, very steep. There you go, we're going up there. So far I'm taking the most direct route, which I'm not sure it's a good idea, to be honest. It's just like straight up the side. They've chosen around there, but they're the ones on the map, so I might just follow them in a bit. All right, we are going up our first climb, first proper climb. Not including the accidental climb I did earlier on. It's beautiful. If anyone's been to Grey Mare's Tail waterfall near Moffat, it's a bit like that. It's hella steep. This is one of the steeper climbs of the day, but not quite as long as some of the others. We got Kidsty Pike later, which is a long old slug, but the poles will come out and it's raining. The weather is closing in, so we're going to get to the top and then get down as quickly as possible, and that will be towards the first aid station, which is great news. Just had a shoe nightmare, lost a shoe in a bog. I have this issue, okay, sorry, my brain's obviously not working. Well, don't do it too tight, because if you do it too tight, you end up with swollen feet and your feet get sore. Do them up too loose and you lose them in a bog. So I lost them in a bog, and now they're done up a lot tighter. I just had to spend a few minutes trying to take them off, undo the shoelaces that tie themselves in knots, and then get moving again. And look, what's that?
Bottomere and Grummock behind it.
Bottomere and what? Grummock. Grummock. Lovely, thanks guys. I don't know if you guys would like an update of what is currently hurting as I run down to Hollister. So it's nice actually, it's quite refreshing. I've got new injuries, not actual injuries, just niggles, which is good because I was very worried about my ankle, and my ankle hurts but in a different place, so that's exciting. And my biggest pain is in my hip flexor. Oh, falling into a bog. Oh Christ, actually falling into a bog. Yeah. I am not on the path. Okay, I'm going on the path. Bear with everyone. Hiya. Spending too long vlogging rather than looking at where I'm going. Thanks, have a good day. Yeah, my right hip flexor is destroyed. Absolutely broken, so that's nice. And my left tib post also broken. Right tib post also broken. Other than that, feeling grand. Just had some food as well because I suddenly got really hungry and I was like, should not be hungry, should be eating more than I am, but I forgot, as per. just over 27 miles in, marathon done, another marathon, a bit to go. My mood just took a bit of a nosedive because I was supposed to be meeting Rhian, my boyfriend, and Tia, my dog, at Honester, and they were not there. I did tell them that I'd be taking a bit longer than I took, and there was zero signal there, so they couldn't have checked my tracker, and I couldn't message them. Tia doesn't have a phone, Rhian does, to say that I was going to be a little bit quicker. So yeah, it's totally not their fault, but I was really looking forward to seeing them both, and so my mood is just like, ooh, not so good. Anyway, first aid station in 3k or so, and currently this is beautiful, and some really, really nice, slightly technical downhill sections, which obviously is my absolute fave, although with this hip flexor slightly less so, because your hip flexor is what picks up your feet, and if you don't pick up your feet, you're stacking it. I mean, look at that. Oh. Woo! Fuck. I'm gonna do this without camera. Alrighty, first aid station done. Solid 47 kilometers in. Did stop for a bit. Didn't sit down, because if I sit down I'm not getting up again ever. Forcing down some vegan sausage roll. Such a good aid station. Had everything, and like everything was vegan. I'm so impressed. More vegan sausage roll because I just want some savoury food. So I'm in the way of this car, but I can't run. Yeah, wanted some savoury food, so grabbing 2 vegan sausage rolls, filled up my drink with some electrolytes and also a Voom Nutrition like carb mix, which is the one that I had in the peaks when I did my run up there. Really loved it. So calories, and put my Lecky glove, my pole gloves on. Oh my god, sorry, I ate too fast. And that means that when we go up this next hill, which is quite soon, I'll be able to clip into the poles and have a bit more power. At least that's a goal. So all the flat bit's done now. Now it's just pain from here on in. While I'm walking along eating my sausage roll, I would also just like to make a note of the fact that I'm way too fast. Not in general, sadly. I wish I was, but that aid station should have been around 6 hours 50 to 7 hours, and we're 6 hours 20, and it's a few hundred meters back. So that was way too fast. And when I was looking at the times from a lot of people last year, people who got into the aid stations way too fast tended not to finish. So I'm hoping I can just slow down a bit, and I mean I will obviously slow down a bit, but I just don't want to be stupid, you know? It's a bit stupid to do that. I've never done this distance before. I sort of always run whenever I can, never up hills obviously, and I'm walking this flat bit here because I'm trying to digest sausage roll. But yeah, that is a lesson learnt, that, well, my problem is I just don't want to be out all day, and if you can run it, like, you sort of want to. Huh? No, obviously it's going to be all day. It's going to be all day and all night. No, but like, I don't want to be, that's fine. I don't want to be out until, you know, 3, 4 in the morning. I want to get a decent night's sleep, and I don't want it to be out on course. So, yeah, it's kind of difficult to hold back knowing that actually you might not be helping. Hello, sheepies. Sorry. Hi. Hiya. Hello. Whew, you smell. Wow. I probably smell too, to be fair. Phew, look at that. It goes all the way up. gorgeous. The miles are ticking by very slowly because I'm going very slowly. Yeah, my hip flexor is just dead to the world. But this is a walking hill anyway. It's pretty rocky and steep, so just gonna slowly make my way to the top. Once I get down this one, that's 2 of the 4 major climbs done, which will be good news. Look at that. It's a bit ominous, but we're going up there. Oh my god, everything hurts. Everything hurts. Wee bit of a scramble again. Oh, wow. This is rivaling Croatia for slowest quote-unquote running ever. Oh. Nearly at the top. Someone has just told me to enjoy my walk. So brutal. It's like, I don't know how many, like 52, 53 kilometers into an ultra marathon. To be fair, I am walking. Enjoy your walk. Thank you. I will enjoy my walk. The weather is turning a bit up here. Definitely windy and chilly up at the tops, but that hill is definitely enough to warm me up on the way up. I am very, very, very sore on my right side, whole right side, but at least we're going snail's pace to try and deal with it. So, finally coming down off the peak, and bad news, both my IT bands are giving me some serious jip, to the point that I can't really bend them, which is quite key on this. Like, this is my downhill, this is my sort of thing, and I can't really run it at all. It is excruciating. Anyone who's had IT band syndrome before knows how I feel, and it's all from the beginning, the road bit at the beginning. Like, I did not expect that much road, and it got better on the last descent actually, which is why I didn't mention it, but yeah, up that last climb and now on this descent my knees just are That is unfortunately the death blow to my race, which is not what I wanted. It feels completely out of my control. I mean, on the plus side, it's none of the issues I thought I was going to have. I didn't think I was going to be fit enough for this, and maybe I'm not, but cardiovascularly, I've been feeling fine. Yeah, I just can't bend my knees properly, and I know from 5 to 7 years of experience that this doesn't go away by running on it more, and I've got a lot of miles in the next 5 weeks, 2 more races in the next 5-6 weeks, so even if I could limp home to the end within the next how many hours, 10, 20 hours, it's not worth it. It's not just, it would just be a stupid thing to do. So but I've got to get off this hill, got to get off this big hill and make it down to a safe place to finish, and let race organizer know. I'm so disappointed. You know, if it had been one of the things I was expecting to go wrong, I don't think I'd mind as much. Oh, okay. I'm stuck in a bog. Yeah, I wouldn't have minded so much if it was that, you know, I was feeling ill, or, you know, just not fit enough. I wouldn't have minded, I don't think, as much. Or if my ankle ligament went. But it's none of those things. It's something that I had not anticipated. I did not anticipate road being the problem in this race, but here we are. And it is so painful. So anyway, I've got over 40k remaining, and that's just not happening. And I've just got to be sensible and respect my body, respect what it's telling me to do or not do. And I hate it, I really hate it. But that's me out. So while I plod very slowly down this very runnable hill, I wanted to give you my mantra for today, which was a good one actually, a very good one. Yeah, didn't predict IT van syndrome, but so head up, be patient, have fun, which was the mantra for today, and I think I really like it. I've been saying it over and over in my head for 50 something kilometers now, and it was really good early on where I was worried about people overtaking me or wanted to go really fast down the hills, and I like to have a mantra. It's a bit cheesy, but actually it kind of helps. Like, especially I just find talking to yourself is nice when you have no one else to talk to, and I've done a good proportion of this alone, which I don't really mind, but also met some really lovely people on the way as well. But yeah, having a mantra to just say to yourself as you go along is really nice, and it's kept me company for a long old while. How long have I been going for now? Ow. 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 Wait a second. 8 hours. 8 hours and 7 minutes. This bit should be so fast, and it is so slow, and it is really depressing to me. I'm trying not to be angry at myself because there really is nothing I can do about this. It is a physical failing in this moment, and perhaps more gym work would have helped. Perhaps not getting ill and injured would have helped. But also it's a problem I've had for ages. I know I'm prone to it, and I'm trying not to get angry at myself because A, it doesn't help anything. Oh Christ. And B, like, I don't really have any other choice. There are two choices, right? You can either quit because you're in extreme pain, or you can keep going and continue to be in extreme pain for 40 more kilometers and have many more hours. And honestly, if I didn't have any more races coming up, I may well do the latter and just go for as long as I can until I literally can't go anymore. But I have a feeling there will be a point, if previous IT van syndrome is anything to go by, there will be a point at which I won't be able to go anymore. And there's no point like running myself into the ground, getting to that point and not being able to do any of my other races. So this decision is not made in isolation, it is made with all the other races in mind, and that kind of sucks because, like, we drove up here, we spent, I keep sinking into bogs, we spent a lot of time like prepping this and planning this, and but it's not wasted, you know. If I get into 60k, instead of 60 kilometer run, I've not done, I mean, this will be my second ever 60k run, right? Which I think, yeah, which is pretty cool. It's just, it feels like a fail, because it is a fail. It's a DNF, and my first ever, which is really depressing. But is my hair looking mad? I feel like it's looking really mad. I look at it. It's bloody gorgeous. It's gorgeous, and I've had a wonderful day out right up until this last climb, and met some really lovely people, had some really great conversations. And just because it's a DNF doesn't mean I can't come back next time. I have a feeling I want to come back and do the rest of this route in my own time, but we'll see. Anyway, I hope you like that mantra. Sorry for the rant. It is actually soul destroying not being able to run these downhills. I came here to have fun, right? And I've had a great time, but running technical and fast and fun downhills is my idea of heaven, and it's so disappointing to me that I actually can't do that. I can't really explain how angry I am at my own body, but it's not really fair to it because, like I said, I had a jolly good 7 weeks of taper, and thank you. And I did not think that IT band syndrome would be the thing to get me out, but I also didn't actually believe that I could finish this race, which perhaps was my problem, but actually, like, this is not a mindset thing. I could finish, but actually I'm making a decision based off... Hello? Where are we going?
Here.
Okay, fine, thank you. I'm making a decision based off what I said I was going to do before I started, which is if it stops being a good idea and if it stops being fun, then I'm gonna pull out. And I include type 2 and potentially even type 3 fun in that, but this is none of that. It was type 3 fun. But the rest of it was just so good, and I had to listen to what I said I was gonna do at the start. You've got to have like plans for when you're gonna kick on, when you're gonna pull back, when you're gonna, you know, kind of be competitive, when you're just gonna stick it out until the end, and when you're gonna pull out. And I had plans for all of those things, and here we are. It's not exactly what I wanted to happen, but it is what it is. And now I've been rescued.
Rescue extraction team.
Extraction team, Doggo and Rhian. Baby, hello. And it was very, very nice to see them both. That is 60 kilometers done. That's a good training run. It's not too bad. Hey everyone, so I'm back at the B&B. It's my friend's B&B. You should totally come and stay here if you are ever in Keswick. It's called the Lakeside House B&B. Made it back, had a shower, feeling very tired, despite being super disappointed that I couldn't finish. I nearly pulled out of this race without even giving it a go because of being so ill recently and injured, obviously, and I knew that my training wasn't good. So I'm obviously disappointed. I'm obviously going to be disappointed. I'm obviously angry at not being able to finish because I like to finish what I set out to do. But at the same time, I did give myself permission to pull out if I knew that continuing was a bad idea and only gonna injure me further and prevent me from doing the other races I've got on this year. So although it is really annoying, it was exactly what I had planned to do in this situation. So it is what it is. I spoke to race control, gave my tracker back, they were super supportive, and I'm really miffed because actually that second half of the race looks so beautiful, like so gorgeous. So you know what, I'm gonna have to come back, I'm gonna have to give that a go in my own time and just, yeah, I get to see those hills, and during the daylight hours as well. I think it is really, really beautiful towards the end of the race. I would have liked to have done this in the other direction, do all the hills and all that at the beginning and then save the flat, boring running for the end bit. Not that the first bit was boring. Actually, that was really quite beautiful, but it is flatter, obviously. So the technical stuff would have been good to get done first, but I guess that's one of the joys of the brutality of this race. But it's really like sparked an interest and an excitement in coming back to the Lake District and giving some more trail running and potentially some fell running a go, fell racing and all that. Thank you so much to the Lakes Traverse and Northern Traverse team for organising such a great event. It was really lovely, and I met some incredible people out there. Everyone was so sweet and yeah, really supportive and just really nice, and the aid stations are banging. So yeah, if you are thinking of doing an 100k, I would recommend this one despite my experience. Yeah, I think this is unfinished business, so who knows, I might be back. Maybe I'll do the full 300k, but in my current situation, I can barely walk between this chair and bed. I will be going and getting some food very soon because I am starving. I am sorry to you guys that I didn't finish it and couldn't film the whole thing.
I would really have loved to have done that, but I will have to be back, and that will make another excellent vlog, obviously. But I hope you enjoyed the bits that I did film, and if you did enjoy it, please do give it a thumbs up. I'm gonna go and get some food now, and you guys should hit the subscribe button also, because I do have some other really cool races and events coming up after a bit of a break, obviously. Heading out to Croatia in a couple of weeks, and then I've got Ultra Trail Snowdonia as well 2 weeks after I come back from Croatia. So that's, yeah, pretty much the main reason that I was like, I definitely can't keep going if it means I'm not going to be able to do, like, I mean, UTS is like a race that I've had on my list for so long, and I'm just so desperate to do it. So yeah, anyway, subscribe, and then you can go and see those videos, which hopefully I will finish those races. Fingers crossed. Don't want to make a habit of this. It is not fun. That is it for this week's vlog. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye.